All right, snap-on torque wrench. I think they're all the same, 3/8, half-inch, quarter-inch. Issue is when you're going to torque something, the torque wrench will either shut off, or if you twist the handle part, it'll turn off and turn back on. Also, I was putting in fresh batteries and it would immediately say low battery. So let's go through disassembly real quick. There's these 3 security torques on the back. They are T20H security torques with a little hole in it. Issue I was having is I went to loosen them and they were just spinning, not coming out. There's these little brass threads that are inside this little control board side. After I had the impact on it and was just going to town, still wasn't coming out, resulted in using this little flathead, and I was actually able to pry the screws out, and it actually ended up pulling out the entire little brass insert. Once I was able to pull them out, I was able to separate it a little bit and then use some pliers. Ended up crushing one, but got this one off, and then the other one is actually on the battery compartment insert that goes inside. It is a little bit difficult to remove. You will have to desolder these 2 positive and negative wires from the circuit board. And the issue is actually on the battery insert that holds the batteries. This goes together and goes inside the handle. But the issue is here on this back end. I don't know if you can see there, that little piece of ground wire that just comes off the contact. For whatever reason, the handle doesn't secure firmly, or the grip doesn't secure firmly to the handle. So as you're torquing something and you grab this real tight and you may put a little bit of twist or pressure on it, it will actually twist on the handle. And that causes this little issue right here. My ground wire right here was actually pushed all the way over, and it had the inside wire was actually separated, and it was just the insulation that was going from point to point or whatever. So we're gonna need to replace this entire wire. Closest one I found another little black wire to match. It was actually out of a USB charging cable. That was the best, closest gauge wire I could find. So I'm gonna try and reroute this on the battery compartment, feed both wires back through the handle, resolder them to the board, and then install it back in the handle. All right, not pretty, but we got it soldered back on.
Go back through the battery holder, turn around, just like that, something like that. This piece goes back in there, a little tiny screw goes back in there. E8. Get it just snug. Alright, we'll run this back through the little channel, this goofy turn thing, and try and connect everything back up.
All right, so we got both pieces of the battery tray together. A little rubber washer thing goes next on from this side, and then this little plastic collar with the opening to the inside of the torque wrench. And then there might have been 4 of these little pins, but I took the 3 that I have out of these little holes in the end of the handle. We'll need to slide the grip on and then slide the battery tray in and then solder it back to the board. I also did put a couple pieces of electrical tape over top of the wire before it had some type of super glue holding it in, but I'm gonna see if this works. Grips on.
Nice new masterpiece. It's a pretty tight fit right here. I don't know if the electrical tape's gonna work. So I don't think this electrical tape is going to work. No, electrical tape's not gonna work.
Right, electrical tape didn't fit, so I just peeled it off.
I'll just slide that all the way down, and there we have the both wires exposed on that side. So I'm gonna try and put these 3 little pins back in here, slide the handle up here, and then slide those in.
All right, got the 3 little remaining pins in there. Just took a little bit of wiggling back and forth and up and down. So we'll slide the handle back there. Now all we have left, now what we need to do is resolder the positive and negative onto the board. This is the little vibration thing, and it actually says positive and negative right there. So that's where we're going. All right, got the positive on. Just gonna trim up this negative wire and resolder that one. All right, let's see if I did a half decent soldering job.
So the batteries are in. Turn this around. And we've got
Got full battery on the battery indicator, and it's staying on. So we just gotta be careful, not twist the handle, and hopefully these little solder joints hold up. But if not, shouldn't be too hard to take back apart and put back together. All right, not sure which way these little brass threaded inserts go in. I think I put that one in the opposite way. What's on the screw here. I might put this one in the opposite way as well. Just press them back in with a little screwdriver, and hopefully they'll hold enough. Just barely finagled that LCD screen board piece in right there. You can see the little brass threads in there. I'll put this other cover on, something like that. And we'll put these screws in. Well, everything seems to be working. Nice bright LCD screen, backlight still works. The screws couldn't get in all the way. I got this one in, screwed it in, and then when it stopped going down from being screwed in, I just pressed it in the rest of the way to get that little brass piece to fit back down into the plastic housing on the board side. These two I couldn't press in anymore. They're still protruding a little bit. I just don't want to try and press them in and then break that little plastic back piece or break the LCD screen.